Hey guys, it's me Chris, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own Hank J. Whippleton plush. Sorry, I can never pronounce his last name correctly. So yeah, I actually haven't started making it yet because the character design is actually pretty simple. Not to discredit it, I actually like it a lot. The simplicity, same with Tricky. But yeah, I looked at it, I was like, I got this. I don't really need to test anything out. Not to sound cocky. But anyways, let's get into it. So here are the things you will need. Keep in mind that some of the fabric colors are optional if you just want to add more colors to it. But otherwise, what you need is 2 sheets of black, 1 sheet of white, 2 sheets of gray, and this is grayish black color that's both of them fused together. This I plan on using for the robe he wears, this jacket. You don't need it. If you just don't have it, then you could just use black. And you also need some cotton and a pack of glue sticks. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the head. So it uses the exact same circle head template from the boyfriend tutorial. It'll still be in the description, the template. But yeah, basically what you do is you just draw a circle, outline it, and you just a ladder stitch it around here until you get to these dart points and you flip it inside out. You don't have to dart the points, but it helps me know when I have to flip it inside out or when I'm done sewing. So once the head is fully sewn and stuffed, it should look something like this. So now we're gonna work on doing his goggles and I want to say hoodie, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so this next part is optional. What we're gonna do is the little sports tape or bandages he has on the back of his head. You don't have to do this. I'm only doing this because I want to try to make the plush without the jacket or the extra stuff he has, and the later Madness Combat parts. So I basically want to make him be able to switch back to how he first looked in Madness Combat Part 1. So yeah, but if you really just want to make it the OG one, then you don't have to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue it, and on the top there should be 2 long pieces to cover the head fully up until this part. It doesn't have to be perfect. If anything, it looks better sloppy because that's the point of it. But yeah, it'll look better once it's glued, and I'll show it better how it's supposed to go. So once all the wraps are all glued on, it should look something like this. Something optional I would recommend is tracing it with the black marker to give it more depth and to make it pop more. You don't have to do it, it's just optional, makes it look a bit nicer. So yeah, next we're gonna work on his bandana and his jacket hoodie. So to do Hank's hoodie, what you want to do is you want to cut out a slant oval shape that's been cut in half. So when tracing, make sure at the bottom you make it kind of slanted. That way when you put it on, it won't look as jagged, and it'll be more even. So when sewing, make sure you don't sew the bottom so we can actually put it over his head. And also be careful on the side, since you want to lock the stitches so it doesn't come apart, or when you pull on it, the stitches don't break loose, ruining the hoodie. So the hoodie so far should look something like this. So the next part is actually optional. It's because the design I'm going for is just one in Madness Combat 5, where you can still see the bandages in the back, and the his bandana doesn't completely cover his face. So in order to do that design, what you want to do is you want to cut out a singular piece of the oval template that was used for the hoodie. And then when you put it on him, don't glue it on yet, just when you glue it, make sure it's connected to the top part. But if you want to do this design from the other Madness Combat parts, you just want to use the same exact template for the bottom. So these are the things you have to cut out for his goggles. For the first part, you just want to cut a long string of black felt. Make sure it covers his whole face going on the sides, and it's not too short or too long. So for the actual goggles part, basically what you want to do is you want to cut out a large black piece of felt that's a circle, and you want to do the same thing for the red felt, except you want to make it a little bigger than it, so the red felt doesn't completely overshadow it, for example. And these are for the glare. It's optional, it just adds a bit more detail. It's basically just a long rectangular piece of white felt, and make sure you glue it on the side so it's actually actually has the right glare facing. If it was facing towards you, it would look like this basically. So once everything is glued together, the completed goggles should look something like this. So if you want, you could go ahead and glue it on right now. I'm not going to glue it on just yet, because then it'll be easier to sew on the head as a whole, since it won't be as heavy. But really quick, I just want to go over the back part of his hoodie. So basically, this is a template for it. It's basically just this piece that has bumpy rows in it, but at the end is kind of sharp. but like I smoothed it out a little bit. So make sure to not make it like as long. It only goes down to like about his neck area, even though he got no neck. But yeah, what you want to do is you basically just want to sew this straight across right here. And yeah, so after it's been sewn around, it should look something like this. Make sure to also get the bottom to lock the stitches in, so it like makes it more floppy. So moving on to the body, this is a template for it. It's like a slant rectangle shape that as it goes down, it becomes more wider. So after the body is fully sewn, what you want to do is you want to leave like the bottom completely open, so we can add his shoes. So next what you want to do is you want to grab the head and like sew it onto the body by ladder stitching. So after the head has been completely sewn onto the body, you can go ahead and glue on his goggles and his bandana. So these are the fabric decals for the jacket. So basically, these two are like part of the belt buckle. You want to cut out a piece of either the black and gray felt, or like if you don't have, you could just use gray, and a semi like long strip of black felt. Make sure it's a bit like shorter around like the edges of it, since it's gonna go at like the very bottom of his jacket. This you want to put on the side first. You want to glue it on the side like that. You want to do it first, that way when you put these details on, it overlaps it and it's not like, you know, above it. And this is the buckle for the belt. So basically once everything is finished gluing on, you just want to glue it on like in the middle right here. So once everything is glued on, it should look something like this. So the back, you should only be able to see like the belt part. In this design, the like strap continues to the back, but the thing is the plush is like not big enough for that. But if you do make it bigger, then you could include that. It's optional again, but like yeah. So yeah, next we're gonna move on to his feet or his shoes. If he even wears shoes, I don't even know. So moving on to Hank's shoes, uses the same template as the boyfriend tutorial. So basically it's like an oval shape that like goes up as it goes more higher and it becomes more wider. But like as it goes down, it becomes more skinnier. So while sewing, make sure you only sew all across up into this gap right here. After that sewn, it should look something like this. So now we're gonna work on sewing the bottom of the shoe. So the template for this is like a large oval shape that like has a flat top, or like bottom. Sorry about that. So how you want to sew this is like you want to start like the very tip, like at this part, and then go all around, but at this part just leave it wide open. Here's a better view of it. So you want to position it like this and like sew from this part all around till you get to this part. So after that's sewn all around, it should look something like this. So now we're gonna work on the back of the shoe. So basically the template for this is like a oval shape or like a bump. You want to make it like small, but like not too small so it doesn't like cover the sides. That like I keep making that mistake because it's kind of hard to like get right. But yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to do the same with the bottom. You want to sew all around, but leave the bottom open. So here's a better angle. You just want to sew all across here, but like on the bottom, like on here, just leave it open. So after that's flipped inside out and stuffed, you just want to ladder stitch the back to completely finish the shoe. So before I go over the shoe details, I really want to go over the bottom of Hank. So to complete the jacket, or to like sew up this gap, what you want to do is you want to cut like an oval shape. And you want to make it like a little bigger than like the whole body. That way when you put it in, it'll leave like a little gap to like complete the jacket. So it'll make it look like wrinkled, like he's actually wearing a jacket. So after that's sewn all around, it should look something like this. So as you can see, if you make it like a little bigger than the body as you sew it, it has like a little indent right here. So it makes it look a little more wrinkly, like it's actually wearing like a jacket. So next we're gonna move on to the shoe decals. So first we want to do is you want to cut like a long thin piece of black felt. You can make it gray, but the only reason I make it in black is because I want to make it contrast with like the spike part in the front. So yeah, make sure you don't cut it too long so it doesn't like overlap each other, so like it appears more like cleaner, like after it's glued. So once that's glued on, it should look something like this. So next we're gonna do the spike part in the front of his shoe. So this is optional if you want. I'm just like doing it to make it like a little more accurate to the artwork and like his new design. So in order to do this, you want to like glue the front part only, like in this part, or like the tip of the bang they like cut out. And then when you glue it, make sure that like it's not sticking out too much when it's wrapped around the shoe, because it's not like a horn or something like that. So once the front part is glued on, it should look something like this. So if you want, you could go ahead and like cover this top part from like gray felt. But what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna like cover it over with black marker, so it contrasts from it and it gives it like a little bit more detail. So the last step to complete the shoe is the bottom. So it's basically like this half circle shape and like a large rectangle for the back. So once this glue on, the shoe is complete. So after both shoes are complete, you just want to glue it onto the body like this. So if you want, you can just leave the whole plush like this without his hands. So if you choose to do so, then congratulations, the Hank plush is not complete. So I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first made this, I ran into like a lot of trouble with the details on his jacket and on his like on face. Because I was trying to make it like reversible so he could look like his original design in like Man is Combat Part 1. So yeah, sadly it didn't work in the end. I might retry it. Like I'm still gotta turn it like this in the end, you know? So yeah, the next part is optional, his hands and stuff like that. But if you just want to leave like this, then it still looks good either way. So before I move on to the optional stuff, I just want to give a few shoutouts. So the shoutouts go to Blorp or Blop. Sorry if I misspelled or like butchered your name. I'm really sorry about that. And Real Woody Films. You guys make some pretty dope stuff, and you guys should be honestly like proud of yourselves, because like they be coming out crack, bro. I don't think you'll hear me say that again. Hopefully not. But yeah, they're really dope, and you know, I'm proud of you guys. So yeah, anyways, moving on to the optional stuff. So the template for Hank's hands is like a man shape. It uses the exact same like hand template for like the arm, except it's not like fused together. So basically, to simplify it, just like make use the same arm template, except like cut off the actual arm and just leave the hand. So after that's sewn all around, you just want to flip it inside out and then stuff it. So after that's fully ladder stitched up, what you want to do is you want to make the individual fingers by locking the stitches and going around about like 4 times. So like after you go around 1, you just want to like pull the needle so it creates an individual finger. So for the thumb part, what you want to do is you want to like curve the rectangle piece like a little bit. That way when you glue it, it appears more like often, so it's not like hidden. It could just be that I made the thumb small, but if you made it bigger, then you don't have to do this. It shouldn't be an issue. So after the front and back is glued on, you just want to grab 2 small pieces of black rectangular fabric. So you could like glue the piece right here and in the back, so it completely sealed like the glove. So after that's all glued on, the completed hand should look something like this. So if you want, you can use like black Velcro to like Velcro it onto the body like this. Since he actually has no arms and his hand is just like floating. But if you don't have that, you could basically just either glue or stitch it onto the body like this. See, I might look a little odd, but like there's not many choices you could do. He really has no arms, so yeah. So with both hands done, the full plush is not complete. So first of all, I just want to say thank you all for like watching this video if you made it to the end. And same with my other videos. And by the time at the time I'm recording this video, I made it to over like 1K subs. Guys, I honestly can't thank you enough. I legit didn't think I was gonna make it this far on YouTube. So like I'm glad that, you know, like this is my main platform now for like social media. And like, you know, I'm just really grateful for that. So I just want to say, you know, thank you so much. You know, I really hope the plush turned out good if you attempted it. And just like, always have faith in yourself, man. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's corny what I'm saying, but there's really no, you know, other way I could put it. But, you know, just anyways, you know, peace.